My name is Wong, and I want to share with you 5 tips on using Olympus OM-D cameras. What I'm about to share with you was accumulated from my years of experience using the Olympus OM-D camera, as well as the feedback from my interaction with the larger Olympus community. These are basically do's and don'ts of the camera, as well as some features that are unique to the OM-D system.
Tip number 1, disable instant playback. All cameras by default will display a preview of the image you have just taken. I can totally understand why this is a default setting, that we don't trust the camera, that the camera is probably not doing its job taking the photograph. We have to confirm by looking at the preview. But if you look carefully, the preview actually slows down the operations of the camera. It delays everything by 1 to 2 seconds. This will make us miss crucial shots sometimes. So I would permanently disable it. In the menu, under record view, I will just turn it off. Now immediately you can see the speed difference. Everything is so much faster and there is less delay. And if I do need to confirm that I have that last image, I'll just press the playback button and I'll just review the shot that I've just taken. I don't have to review every single shot, just the ones that I want to. Tip number 2, disable the function lever. Now, some of you will find this useful, then you may leave it on, but I personally find this an annoyance. Under normal operating circumstances, the camera operates as it should be. When the function lever is in position number 1, the command dials operate the aperture, shutter speed, and exposure compensation based on the shooting modes that you are currently on. Now, when you turn the function lever to position number 2, you then get to navigate to other functions such as white balance on one of the dials and conveniently the ISO on the other. While this sounds like a good idea to quickly navigate between different settings just by using the command dial, it actually may be very dangerous as well. Say I've left the camera in the back and the function lever accidentally got switched to the wrong position, and when I want to change the aperture now, instead of changing the aperture, I switch to the wrong white balance. First, I have to change back the white balance setting, then I have to switch the position of the lever to the correct one, then I get to change what I wanted to change in the first place. That's 2 to 3 additional steps to correct the mistake, just a simple mistake that the function lever was at the wrong position. To me, this is very dangerous. It has happened to me many times. I've missed many crucial shots. So I would recommend to disable this permanently. Go to the settings under the cogs, B function lever settings, and just freaking turn it off. And I never look back, and now I see once it's position 1, I switch to position 2, I still can navigate the main controls, which for aperture priority is the exposure compensation and the F number. No more mistakes.
Tip number 3. The electronic viewfinder consumes more battery than the LCD screen. You heard that right. A lot of people still believe that if they want to preserve battery life, they will turn off the LCD screen and just use the viewfinder. While this fact is correct for DSLRs, because the optical viewfinder in the SLR cameras do not use any electronic parts, so it doesn't consume any battery at all. But this is not true for electronic viewfinder. If you don't know, the EVF actually has higher refresh rate and much higher resolution in comparison to what the LCD screen has. So naturally, it sucks the battery dry a lot faster than if you just use the LCD screen. If you're running low on battery, if you want to find ways to conserve and prolong the battery life, using the EVF is not the right solution.
Tip number 4. Do not use the digital teleconverter. Stay away at all costs. Trust me on this, you will not regret this. Now you may ask, well, digital teleconverter may not be a very bad solution. You know, it's like cropping at the center of the image, and the camera upsizes the image from, you know, whatever the reduced resolution to full 20 megapixel in this camera. But you can see the outline of the crop when you're shooting RAW, and honestly, no matter what happens, that's all that you get. Nothing more, nothing less.
There have been cases where people ask me, why are the images from the Olympus cameras not as good as the ones that came out from their smartphones? The images are not as sharp, not as detailed, and they just look blotchy and patchy. When I inspect the images, when I look at the cameras, oh my god, I found out that they have turned on the digital teleconverter. Half of them didn't realize that they have accidentally enabled the digital teleconverter, and the other half didn't even know that the digital teleconverter will degrade your image quality. Instead of getting 20 megapixels or 16 megapixels, you are effectively only capturing 5 or 4 megapixels. That is doing a lot worse than what your smartphones can produce. So guys, please leave the digital teleconverter permanently off. Never under any circumstances you should ever use digital teleconverter.
Tip number 5, set noise reduction to auto. The noise reduction in Olympus camera is not exactly noise reduction, it is dark frame subtraction method. This will only be activated after the camera is doing long exposure setting. The default noise reduction setting is automatic, meaning that after certain length of shutter speed, then the camera will activate the noise reduction, such as this 5 seconds, and it will take 2 photographs, the first actual photo and a dark frame as shown now, and it will converge these 2 images to get rid of hot pixels. Not noise, but hot pixels. Because it takes 2 photographs, if you turn it on, every time you take a photograph, it will double the time for the images to be recorded. That will definitely slow the camera down a lot. Alright, if you turn on the noise reduction, your camera will take twice as long to take a photograph. The blackout time will definitely be longer. If you look at it now, do you see the blackout? There you go. I'll show you again and again. You see, it takes double the time. And this will be very annoying if you are taking quick action shots that you just can't go to the next shot that immediately, right? You see, there is a short delay. So I recommend that you don't turn this off, just set it to automatic, because if you don't use very long exposure, like normal shutter speeds, like 1/15 of a second, you will get away with just normal performance. Noise reduction will not be activated. It is smart enough to determine this is a normal shot. See, the blackout time is so much shorter now. This is the OM-D Olympus speed that we are used to.
I have one more tip to share. This extra tip is using the dual memory card slots in your camera to ensure you will never forget to bring your SD card ever again. This tip is only applicable if you are using EM1 Mark II and EM1X.
Sometimes when I'm switching backs, or even when I just carry one camera out for street shooting, I do tend to forget small things like this SD card. It is so tiny. I may have left it in my memory card reader that connects to my PC. Since the camera has 2 slots for SD cards, I just put 2 SD cards in them. You know, I will take one SD card out after a shoot so that I can transfer the images to my PC. I usually use a memory card reader, and I will still leave one inside the camera, just in case I forgot to take back the card that is already connected to the PC. Now I still have one fully functional card that I can use at any time.
That's all the tips I have for this time. I hope you have found these tips useful and applicable for your own shooting. If you have other tips to share which can benefit me and everyone else, please leave a comment below. I also want to hear what you think of the video and also what other things you want to see happen in this channel and in my coming videos. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up and please consider subscribing to this channel as well. Please remember to go out and take more photographs. I'll see you again in the next video. Bye bye.